Well, John, we kept going until the very end, but it's defeat at London Road. What's your overall reaction at the moment?
Obviously a huge amount of disappointment because of the last, I think, 20 minutes and the emotion of the game that comes into it, and we actually thought, we're well in this, especially when we thought we'd scored the first goal with a lot of time left on the clock. So definite disappointment. I think once we take a step back and look at the whole game objectively, though, we've probably got a lot of work to do, and they're a good side. Peterborough are a good side, and I think on reflection overall they deserve the win.
That late disallowed goal, have you spoken to the referee? Do you know what it was for? He looked to have flagged for offside. Well,
he didn't flag, that was the problem, and I'm not entirely sure why. If he thought it was offside, he should have just flagged. It's very obvious that if he did think that, he could have done it. So we obviously all thought it was a goal. I think the Peterborough bench did and the Peterborough players did. No one had a huge issue with it, and I think yes, it was given for an offside on Dane Scarlett, which again is just, I'll have to have a proper look at it and see what I actually think.
Did manage to claw back a goal. That late rally may be something to take into the next game.
Yeah, I think a huge amount. There's, I've just said to the boys in there, we probably need to, we definitely need to not wait until we're 2-0 down to show that sort of fighting spirit. And I think there were a couple of things that we didn't quite get right in the first half tactically, which I'll take on board, particularly with the way that we pressed Peterborough. So there's plenty of positives to come from the game, and thankfully we've got a free week now to work on quite a bit and go into the Barnsley game full of energy.
As you said, it was a much better second half of play, particularly at the back end. What did you say at half time?
Well, we just tried to make a couple of tactical tweaks. I know I said that against Exeter, but we tried to make a couple of tactical tweaks to make it a lot more difficult for them to play out. We then changed shape. We just went to a two holding and a one in front towards the back end of the second half, which I think really helped as well. We got a bit more pressure on the ball and a bit more composure on the other side of it. So I sort of said, the message was, don't be discouraged. If it's 2-0 at 60 minutes, it's not the end of the world. Don't find yourselves out of the game, because one goal will change it, and it did. It really did. Unfortunately, it didn't come earlier, but overall just disappointed, but really pleased with how the lads conducted themselves.
Yeah, Rico Hackett coming into that 10 position off the bench. What do you think of his performance?
I thought he was excellent. I think he's obviously been disappointed to not play the first two games and not feature in the first two games, and he trained really well on Thursday and came in today and made an impact, and that's what we need from the players behind us. We need them to come in and make an impact, and I think all of the subs that came on today did that, including Harry, who made his league debut, which is absolutely fantastic, and he deserved it again from the way that he trained on Friday and Thursday. Rico, really pleased for him, and we need to see more of that every time he comes on or starts games.
Just on Harry Jewett-White, obviously a massive moment for him. How big is it for him to feature in a game of this magnitude at the moment he came on?
Well, I think it's obviously big. I remember when I made my debut at that sort of age, and it's massive. I think the biggest testament to Harry is that he deserved to come on, and he did really well. He came on at 2-0 and got the goal back, and he showed a lot of composure against a very good Peterborough side, and he didn't look out of place on the pitch, and that's a real positive for him, for us, and for the football club.
And just finally, you alluded to it earlier, you've got a whole week now to prepare for Barnsley. How crucial could that prove to be?
Yeah, it'll be great. We've hardly had any time on the grass with the lads so far, so it's going to be good to have a bit of normality back and not have to travel so much, and just settle down, work on a few things, and then we can go from there.